To add the backdrop, we will be clicking on the backdrop itself. Then we'll go on to the backdrop section on the top left. You're gonna see there are like two costumes. We have backdrop 1, which is essentially empty, so I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that. We've got underwater 2, which is this backdrop. Now to add another costume or another backdrop, what I will do is from the bottom left button, I will click on it and I will try to get like a plain sort of a backdrop where I can like edit in some text that says game over. So which one do you suggest? Okay. All right, maybe I'll put the neon tunnel. Okay, and now I'm gonna get in a T. Okay, that's gonna help me type in my message, which is gonna be game over. And I want this to be like super big and a different color so that it kind of pops up. Mm, okay, we've got the yellow color. Okay, and I've got my, uh-oh, this is a little too big. Let's adjust it. I think I'm just gonna put both of these in like different lines. Okay, this is too big. Alright, I'm gonna put it right here in the center. So it says game over. And basically when I have the game over backdrop, I'm gonna be hiding both the shark, the fish, and also the lives variable. So, oh, and let me just rename this to game over backdrop so that it's gonna be easier for me when I code. Okay, so this is my game over backdrop. Now I'm gonna quickly go back to the code and to this little fishy that I was coding for. And I want to do a simple code over here that says, like, well, I'll go to the event section. So when backdrop switches to game over, I want to hide the fish. And I'll be doing it for the shark as well. So I'll go to the look section, scroll down, and there you go, hide. Okay, now let's go to the shark. We'll start coding for the shark, and the very first code that I want to be doing is this same one, which is going to be when backdrop switches to game over, we want to hide the shark itself. Alright, now comes the longer bit of the coding where we will be coding to make sure that the shark is kind of following the little fishy. So how do we do that? For that, we'll go on to the event section, grab the when green flag clicked. You want to make sure that the backdrop is that of the underwater one as soon as the game starts. And then you want to make sure that your shark is visible. So you'll just grab a show block and put it right here. And then let's fix the position of the shark. I'm gonna grab this, go to X and Y, and I'm gonna put in some coordinates right here, which is gonna be 16, X 16, and Y minus 8. Now we are setting the rotation style to left right because I wanted to either point to the left side or the right side. So setting the rotation style to left right. Now we set the lives. Okay, so we are gonna give 5 total lives, not 4. So set lives to 5 at the beginning of the game. All right, so do you see this? Okay, now that you have 5 lives, we are gonna grab a forever block, and now all the codes that we need to do for the shark's movement and costume changes are going to be inside this forever. So first off, we are gonna get a next costume, but I think the shark had a weird sort of a costume where it looks very unhappy, so I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that. So this one's okay. This one's like it's about to eat the fish, but then this one seems very weird. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete it so that we've got like 2 costumes. And now we want to make sure that the shark also points towards the mouse pointer, and since we don't want it to move as quickly as the fish, because the fish is also moving along with the mouse pointer, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a small wait block, not wait 1 second, that's gonna be too long, probably wait 0.5 seconds. And then what I want to do is I want the shark to move 10 steps. So mind you, my fish is moving 15 steps, but I'm just making the shark move 10 steps to give the fish an added advantage so that it can kind of stay ahead of the shark. Now what I want to do is I want to code for if the shark touches the fish, then what happens? So for that, I'm going to go on to the control section, grab the if then block, and I will be putting in the codes that for the sensing section. I'm going to do if touching, it says mouse pointer right here, but instead of mouse pointer I'm gonna select fish. So if it is touching the fish, I want to play a sound that is a crazy laugh sound. So it's actually not yet here. Let's hear how the bite sound works. Nope. So I'm gonna go on to the sounds section. I will click on this button, and there is something called as a crazy laugh sound. That's funny. So we'll add this. We'll go back to the code, and you can just select the crazy laugh sound from here. Okay, so basically if the shark bites or touches the fish, we hear the crazy laugh sound, and we want the shark to say, "Caught you." Like you're gonna see a speech bubble coming in. Caught you. For 1 second. Okay, we don't want it to last too long. And then you want to decrease the life by 1. So we'll grab this change lives by block, and not 1, a -1. So change lives by -1, and we want to make sure that the lives variable is visible, right? It stays on the screen. Also, guys, we also want to check if the lives become 0. So I get another if block, an equal operator, and I go back to the lives. I go back to the variable section, get lives, and I'm just going to type in 0 over here. So basically, if the lives become 0, we now want to switch the backdrop to that game over one. So switch backdrop to game over and stop everything. So stop all. That's it. Let's test it out now. So do you see how this is working, guys? And let's try to make the live 0 so that we can see if the backdrop switching works. Alright, perfect. So you can see game over come up and your lives are 0 and both the shark and the fish are hidden here.